Hey everybody, it's Olivia Sheldon with LiviaWell. I hope you have liked me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and you've definitely subscribed to my LiviaWell YouTube channel. Also check out my website, positiveenergyyoga.com, for your DVDs so we can hang out more. Today we are going to work on a different way to approach inner thighs and groins, working our straddle. So come onto your floor, come onto your back. We're going to extend that spine nice and long, get nice and cozy. Tailbone is tilted ground and extending long through your spine. Take those legs into a nice straddle. So yours might be right here to start out, or maybe they're even shaking a little bit, and all that's really normal. Just let gravity take over and do the work for us. Your hands are going to come to the inside of your thighs and just start a nice little seesaw motion, side to side, and just kind of awaken those muscles. Get them nice and warmed and oiled up. We're going to take the feet and just start to move and get some range here into our ankles, pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. So this feels good if you've been standing on your feet for a long time, definitely to get some circulation into your ankle joints. Circle one direction for me and circle the other direction. And then crunch your toes, point your feet, and flex. And I think this is probably some sort of ballerina warm-up, but it's a great little strengthener for your feet. If you have any foot issues, plantar fasciitis, anything going on with your feet, this is a really good exercise to help strengthen into the arches of your feet, into your shins and your ankles. And it really even helps with shin splints too. I can feel this burning into the shins. And then take again, circle it around and circle the other direction. And then right hand's going to push your right leg a little bit further down than your left. Do you feel that more into your right inner thigh? And then take your left hand, push your left leg a little bit further down. And this is really effective just because we're able to hold it for a nice long period of time because we've got gravity taking over. I want you to try a little isometric contraction for me. So the state of opposites. Your hands are going to push your thighs down and your thighs are going to push your hands up. So try to feel that, creating some tension and resistance for just a moment. And then just let it all drop down and relax. Do that again. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good, and then just let it all relax. And then one more time. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep holding, keep pushing, up, 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 and hands push down. And then just let it all relax. Try that again. Right hand's going to push your right leg down. And then left hand's going to push your left leg down. And then both hands with that even amount of pressure. The next position we're going to take is called a turn signal. So bring your right foot in. We'll have that right foot to the ground and that knee is going to bow wide and your left leg is off to the side. This is an amazing stretch for those inner hips and groins. And it's kind of a hard area to get. That frog pose that we've worked on in the past, that's a great one too. But this is where you can just relax on your back and chill. Take your left foot, bring it into that half butterfly. Take your right leg and extend it off to the side. So think of all these attachment points in our hip, basically connecting our legs to our body, and how tight they get and how much we overuse them or underuse them, or kind of both sometimes with our exercise and then sitting down all the time. And then bring your right foot in and just know that we need to give them some time and attention. And this is a really great way to stretch there. So feet together, knees apart in your butterfly. Here's a little trick. Take your hands and bring them to the crease of your hips and then just kind of push your thighs away. This is going to create, I don't know if you can feel this, create some tractioning into your lower back. It's a really awesome sensation into that sacrum and lower back area. So that's your inner thighs and your hips. Give it a little bit more of a push, 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 push. And I got to give you one quick counter here. So bring those knees back together. It's going to be a little sore and tender as you bring it back in. And then coming up like we're hanging out at the beach. Bring your knees together and turn sideways so you can see. Knees together, just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those thighs. This is a pretty great stretch by itself, but it's also a counter when you've done a lot of straddle and those hip flexors and groins are really, really tight. And just kind of dip your right knee down and then dip your left knee down. And then squeeze the knees and thighs together and just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You've got to be really careful here. You don't want to overdo it or force it because you've got a lot of tendons and ligaments surrounding the knees. So gentle whenever you're tweaking or torquing those knees in weird positions, okay? Squeeze, 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 and release. So there you go. We got a great inner thigh groin stretch for the day. Make sure you practice. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you next time on LiviaWell. Namaste.